Sir, meron ba siyang, given the preventive
Kasi
suspension,
ano yan
can he appeal it?
Pwede nga i-appeal yan. Kaya lang, nag-iimbestiga tayo. Hindi natin pwedeng, hindi tayo pwedeng maglagay ng tao na maaaring maka-impluensya sa mga bagay na kailangan natin mabungkal dito sa Senado. At syempre, kaya nga tayo nag-preventive suspension para walang undue influence sa investigasyon. Kaya niyan, yung usap-usapan sa CCTV, narinig natin, may subpoena na rin tayong in-issue para ibigay sa atin ang CCTV na Senado nung gabing yon para makita natin ang buong pangyayari. Sana naman ay walang nawawala na footage sapagkat may mga allegations at mayroong mga nagsasabi baka tinago na yung mga CCTV footage. Sana naman walang cover-up dito.
Hi, Sir Camille po from TV.
At ang investigasyon nito, kasama lahat, kasama ang NBI dito na ating investigahan, kasama rito ang USAA, kasama rin yung mga pulis na nagpunta roon sa lugar na yon para malaman natin ang buong pangyayari mula sa perspektibo ng gobyerno. Overall governance to. Ito yung executive department, legislative department, at tayo constitutional body, kinakailangan, ito na ang talagang tungkulin na binibigay sa atin ng saligang batas.
Sir, what about Senator Robin Padilla? According to General Aplaska, he was the last person na nakita sa CCTV na kasama po
Kasama niya sa investigasyon. Kasama niya sa investigasyon. Kasama siyempre si Senator Robin Padilla at hihingi natin ang versyon ng pangyayari sa lahat. Pati kay Senator Jinggoy Estrada kasi nga mayroong insinuations na sinabi niya na itago yung CCTV. Kung ano ang tono nun, malalaman natin pag may nawala dyan, baka naman siya mapaghinulaan. Kaya gusto natin magpaliwanagan na.
Sir, may tuturing ba na obstruction of justice yung nangyari?
Definitely, no? Kaya hindi lang yan obstruction of justice, no? Yung discharge of firearms is disturbing. Yung pakaputok ng baril. Nasa loob ka ng building. At yung pinuputukan ay law enforcement. That's so ironic na law enforcement. Papuputukan mo ng warning shot. Ano yun? Siya ba ang ano? Hindi ko alam, hindi ko naintindihan saan sila nanggagaling sa bagay nila.
Well, sir, on the part of the NBI, will they also be accountable? Kasi parang ang lumalabas, at least sa version nila is, there was like no communication between what's happening inside the GSIS building and the Senate building. May accountability
may naka-embed naman na,
NBI.
may naka-embed doon na reporter. Nakita ko yung footage doon At least we will subpoena the footages of all the networks and all of those who were present in the... Para naman magkatulungan tayo dito. Para malaman natin na.
Sir, kailan po effective itong preventive suspension?
Now. Effective today.
Sir, how about the senators who decided to be with Senator De La Rosa overnight? Kasi yung the minority senator,
titignan natin
hindi
yan.
ba ano yun? Hindi ba liable din sila
we have to look at the whole
for
context.
obstruction?
Titignan natin yan sa buong context. Kasi nga, parang maraming suspecha ang tao. Kaya natin ginagawa ito para maaling natin ang fears ng tao na magkakaroon ng whitewash o hindi tayo kikilos ang ombudsman sa bagay na ito. Siguro tayo lang talaga ang pwedeng kumilos dito ng gusto na walang bias kasi, di ba? Ang problema dito, may kanya-kanya tayong dahilan sa iba't ibang departamento, pero dito sa ombudsman, ito yung ating tungkulin na malaman at alamin at ipagbunyi sa tao, ipaalam sa tao yung mga pangyayari mula sa ating perspektibo.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir Joseph po sa GMA. Sir, how are you? Sir, una muna, I'll just pick up from your point. Sabi niyo po, it's worrisome na pag nilagay natin ganung klaseng tao dun in that position and in that power. Can we elaborate with reference to...
Saan?
Yung kanina po, kay Apo. Na parang
Kasi
why
nga,
worrisome?
worrisome yun. Kasi nga, papuputukan mo law enforcement. Ano siya, mas mataas sa law enforcement? Is he higher than law enforcement? He's supposed to help the Senate maintain the rules of the Senate. Pero para mapatukan mo ang enforcement, ibang usapan yan. Kung hindi natin tinotolerate yung ganyang behavior, we do not tolerate that.
Sir, so technically, the ombudsman is conducting an investigation
Yes,
into what happened.
yes, we already formed a panel. We're actually, buo na ba yung panel natin? In the process. We're in the process of forming a panel that will be complete by the end of the day para mag-issue na kami ng subpoenas for next week.
As early as next week, sir.
So that's next week.
Okay. For what possible violations?
Marami eh. Di ba?
Obstruction, sir?
Obstruction of justice yung isa sa pinakamabigat dyan. Failure to maintain public order and safety within Senate premises. Tsaka,
Sir, pasok ba yung parang cuddling na criminal? May ganun ba tayo? Cuddling?
yun din. Aiding and abetting a criminal. Fugitive from justice.
At least 3, sir, no?
At least marami yan. Marami tayong makikita dito. Gross neglect of duty. Marami yan. Marami. They throw the book at them. Kasi unforgivable para sa akin. Mahirap patawarin yung ginawa nila yun. Na nagpapatok ng baril sa loob ng premises ng enclosed building. Mas lalong delikado yun. It could have hit somebody. I'm sure yung mga kapatid nyo sa hanap buhay, yung mga kaibigan natin sa media, many of them were shell-shocked by the kind of ruckus caused by the gunfire. Hindi biro yun. Alam nyo, ang na-embed sa utak natin, sa consciousness natin, pagka bubuto ang baril. Wala may gusto nun. Wala may gusto nun.
Sir, would you like to comment on allegations or insinuations that it's a show na staged?
Well, we will find out. That's why we are conducting the investigation. There are allegations na ito ay ginawang moro-moro, scripted. Tingnan natin kung scripted ito. We will find out from the facts as we are able to gather everything properly.
Sir, last on the media.
So we will ask our friends from media to submit their own affidavits para ma-narrate nila yung pangyayari together with the footages that they took.
So parang announcement niyo, sir, considered na as parang notice na to.
Yes, notice na rin sana yan sa mga kapatid natin sa media. Notice natin sa buong OSAA. Kasi OIC lang naman yan eh. Yung mga OSAA na career, I'm sure, meron din silang sasabihin tungkol dito. Mga career people.
Okay, for the meantime, last question. So, sir, if there's going to be an investigation, can we get a list of those who will be invited maybe for the
You can imagine it already. Kasi nga, the senators,
senators?
kasama ang senators, we will have a day with them, makausapin sila, para malaman natin, out of due respect also, to the positions.
Sir, if you can name the senators that medyo nasa list natin,
Everybody was present.
the majority.
Everybody was present. And those who came before and after. Para malaman natin. We will ask them. We will ask our friends in media. We will ask the PNP. We will ask the DILG. We will ask the NBI about this. Baka mag-overlap lang to sa DOJ investigation, but we can deal with that. I will talk to the Secretary of Justice. Kahit i-joint namin ito na investigation, pwede. Wala akong problema rin. Kaya lang, syempre, the NBI is under the DOJ. Baka mas maganda kung dito talaga nakasentro yung investigation, but they will be assisting us.
Yun muna magkasahan.
Okay?
Sir, here ko ba ako? Sir, meron po ba tayong update on filing of flood control or infrastructure cases?
Maraming
against
nangyayari.
senators?
Many things are happening. Maraming nahihinog na. At you will find out in due time. Within the month, marami kami ipa-file. Within next month, marami ipa-file. Merong mga tingin namin, mahihinog pa ng early July. Ma-file din namin. Pero tuloy-tuloy yan. Hindi tumitigil ang trabaho dito. People go to work here every day to precisely to attend to that. Kasi nga, yun ang trabaho namin. That's the job that we swore to undertake when we accepted our positions here.
Sir, kaunti lang. On the subject of the legality or the validity of the arrest warrant, would you like to comment on the conflict? If it's conflict?
There's a presumption of regularity based on 9851, the Public Act 9851. It is for the court to stop it because it's the executive's function to serve it.
Okay. Pero sir, yung sinasabi nila na parang medyo 9851 and then the Rome Statute of Article 58, 59.
Hindi, ano yan?
Wala yun.
The Rome Statute will not apply here as much as 9851. Because,
Because 9851.
no, wala na yung Rome Statute does not anymore apply to this case. This is a very purely local matter. Hindi ito nagpupunta sa ICC. Ito dito sa ating bansa.
Because we're not a member of it anymore?
Well, that's one reason. Yeah.
So-
But 1951 is the prevailing law. It's the prevailing law.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay?
Sir, meron po ba kayong bagong request for PHDO? And if you can name the
Wala
individual
pa kaming request, pero marami kami binabantayan ngayon. We're guiding a lot of things. We're in constant touch with our investigators who are also in touch with the AMLA, with the Anti-Money Laundering Council, so that we are on a track of, we're trying to follow the money. Yung pa rin sa flood control, we're trying to follow the money. Yung pa rin. In the end, that's what matters here.
Kundi lang sir, medyo na excited na kami sa'yo. May laundry list na ako sir, kundi lang. Yung SBRC sir, Blue Ribbon, binigay na ni Senator Lacson to. And
Yes,
there are
yes.
several recommendations there. How are you going to use the report?
No, we will validate everything. It's a guide to us. It's a guide for us to use.
Not necessarily adapt.
Not necessarily adapt, because we have to find out through our own sources, and of course, we have to follow the evidence.
So yung special panel of investigators which allegedly issued recommendations already, can we get an update on it? And if you're going to
What do you
issue
mean? What special
on
plan?
kay Speaker Martin?
No, basta ongoing over dyan. Ongoing over. It's a very active case right now. Every day, we're working on the case. Hindi kami tumitigil.
No subpoenas forthcoming?
We have issued subpoenas, but we're not revealing the persons in receipt of the subpoenas. Because, let's put it this way, what we are up against is big money, who can afford all the lawyers and even their own private investigators, who may want to throw a monkey wrench into the judicial process. So we have to play with our own, by our own rules, for us to be effective in this job.
Sir, kung may subpoena, may PI na tayo.
Andiyan na yan. Papasok na yan dyan. Kasi yung subpoena power naman, kahit sa fact-finding, we have subpoena powers.
Sir, Evan Alvarez po from UNTV. Balikan ko lang po yung sa PHDO. Since si Sen Cheese po meron ng PHDO, are we looking na rin po ba na mag-file ng complaint sa AMLAC para po ma-freeze yung assets niya?
Well, we're on that. We're working our way through it. Yeah.
Sooner or
Sooner than later.
Kundi, so yung kailangan na speaker sir, wala pa siya sa PI level?
Malapit na rin. Yung unang kaso niya, nandiyan na. Yung money laundering, nandiyan na. But there are other counts of money laundering that we're filing before the other main cases that we filed. May main case pa yun eh.
So yung mga pending mo kay Sen Joel, Cheese...
Ongoing.
Okay.
Kaya lang, we don't want to get lost in the, we don't really want to game out the noise of impeachment. Impeachment is a constitutional process, as we are a constitutional body. We give due respect to the process. Kaya ayaw namin makihalo sa ingay ng impeachment. But ito, wala kaming choice. Kundi lumabas, kasi yung pagputok ng baril na yon at nagkaputukan sa loob ng Senado at nawala yung isang taong kailangan makausap ng accountability officers ng ating bansa at ng mundo, meron tayong problema. Diba? Kailangan lumabas kami dito sa bagay nito. Kung hindi lang nangyari sa Senate, hindi ako lalabas dito. Kaya lang, ito, urgent itong nangyari ito. Kasi nagkaputukan nga eh. Hindi natin pwedeng palampasin itong pagkakataong ito na mayroong taong sinasabi sa law enforcement, mas mataas ako sa inyo, pakaputok ng bala sa kanila. Sino siya? Anong karapatan niyang gawin yun? Diba? Mas mataas ka sa law enforcement. Sino ka? Not even the president will do that. Who has the power? Not even us. Nobody here can say that or do that. And when you try to be above the law, then you have a problem.
So on that, sir, ano po yung tingin niyo na dapat na mas naging akmang action po sana ng USAA doon sa sitwasyon na yun? Kasi even the...
They should have kept the peace. Ikaw unang papaputok, ano yun? Di ba? Sergeant at Arms pa? Ikaw mag-uumpisa? Kung sa away, ikaw na simula eh. Di ba? You caused the commotion by discharging a firearm. Discharging a firearm is very dangerous. It could have hit somebody. Nasa first floor ka ng Senate. Di, sa level na yun, pag pinutok mo sa baba, may tao. Pag pinutok mo sa taas, may tao. Eh, pag narinig yan doon, di may tinamaan na naman. Buti na walang tinamaan. Hindi naman kailangan baril yun eh. Tsaka siya yung unang-una sa ng bulletproof vest. Yun ang report sa akin. Talagang meron talagang intention. Yun nga, yung tinitingnan natin, iniiwasan natin, yung magkaroon na script yan, na it was all a ruse. Yun ang mga allegations ng tao, kaya dapat we go to the bottom of it. Para wala ng speculation. Let's study what happened and hear it from people who were there.
Ombudsman, follow-up lang din po. Kasi may mga speculations na staged, palabas lang po
Exactly.
nangyari.
That's exactly why we have to investigate. Kasi nga, we cannot accept the fact that if this was staged, then by who and who were in cahoots. Diba? Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Sir, may reaction na po ba kayo? Sabi po ni Senator Bato, thankful daw po siya sa inyo kasi nabigyan niyo daw po siya ng early information about the ICC.
Kaya, nang tataka ko sa kanya, naging chief PNP siya, tumatakbo siya sa batas. Pumarap siya. Ba't niya ginugulo yung mundo eh? Managot kasi yung mga gawain, sagutin mo yung mga, sabihin mo, kung wala ka talagang kasalanan, harapin mo. Anong klaseng tao yan? Di ba? Ganyan ba dapat maging senador natin? Tumatakbo sa batas? Is that the hero we want to portray? Di ba? Managot siya, harapin niya lang ang mga paratang at sagutin niya na maayos kung wala talaga siya kasalanan. Flight is indication of guilt. Di ba? That's a very basic tenet of criminal law. Flight is an indication of guilt. Okay, thank you.
Sir, last na lang po. Sir, last na po. Sir, last na. If ever lang po na, I know investigations pa naman po yung mangyayari, but if ever mapatunayan na stage, na scripted lahat ng nangyayari, ano yung mga kaso na pwede nating isang
Obstruction of justice ang pinakamabigat dyan. I think, sa ngayon.
including senators po?
Well, whoever is found to be in on it. Diba? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yan pala.
Thank you guys.
So, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, press conference ni Ombudsman Boying Remulla suspending Senate Sergeant at Arms Mau Aplasca for 6 months, putting him on 6 months under preventive suspension without pay. All right.
So that was because of the incident that happened inside the Senate, wherein Senate Sergeant at Arms Aplasca himself said that he was the one who fired the first shot dahil daw as a warning shot nung nakita niya na yung NBI on the other side nandun sa side ng GSIS at diyan na nga nag-umpisa yung palitan ng putukan sa Senado.
Among many other charges, supposedly. No? So kasama rin dyan ang mga statements ni Ombudsman Boying Remulla to Senator Bato de la Rosa to face the law.
Oo.
Stop running away and face the law.
Sabi niya nga, dati naman daw PNP chief, bakit daw tumatakbo mula sa hustisya? And sabi ni Ombudsman, flight is an indication of guilt.
Yes.
Kung wala daw talagang kasalanan, dapat harapin daw ng senador yung kailangan mga harapin na kung ano mang investigasyon.
Woman up o man up. All right.
Okay. So today is Friday, TGIF o Shabu sa ilan. Salamat Jesus at Biyernes ulit. Kamusta po kayong lahat? I know it has been quite a week for all of you and for the news cycle. But let's try to step back and always look at the bigger picture. And most of all, syempre kailangan hinga ng konti. Ako po, si Denise Tan.
Alright. Ako naman si Lourdes Vera. Nag-deep breathing ako eh. It is not midnight nor dawn, but the afternoon that is a true witching hour. That time of the day when your sweat turns sour, or like a face where the makeup begins to fade. And in the Philippines, it's mostly afternoons when history is made. As Dylan Thomas once said, rage, rage against the dying of the light. But it's always siesta of the soul with afternoon delight.
Okay, as mentioned, it is Friday, May 15. Oh, bilis ano? Oo, kabilis ng ano. Kalahati na kagad ng buwan, ng Mayo at syempre ang daming ang nangyayari. No? Pero before we continue on with the month of May, ano mga bang plans natin this weekend? Please share them to us dahil kailangan mag-regroup, magpahinga. Sabi ko kanina, no, huminga ng konti or at least those that really engaged in political developments this week talagang kumalma ng konti.
Bigyan mo ako ng kahit anong teleserye. Nagganyan katindi.
Oo.
Parang yung Senado serye natin. Wala sigurong katumbas pagdating sa political drama. Ang Pilipinas, nako! Biruin mo, mas marami pa tayong Senate coup kaysa mga bansa sa Latin America combined.
Diba? Ang dami nga natin. Diba, we were talking about it, 4 Senate presidents in the past 4 years.
Yes.
At
If the rumors are true,
ay, oo nga.
baka madagdagan pa yung numero na yan.
Kasi nga daw, napakanipis na, no, ng mayorya. Nawala pa yung isang senador ulit.
Then, baka nasa Burger King lang daw.
Oo nga, pwede.
Baka lang, halimbawa, kumain siya sa Burger. Pero bakit kaya sa lahat ng hypothetical na destinations, of all things, bakit yun pa yung wala? May alam ka bang malapit na Burger King doon sa Wala
Hindi
akong
ko alam.
eh.
Actually, nagtaka din ako, napaisip ko, nag-endorse ba siya dati ng Burger King?
Diba? Or is it Freudian? Baka yun, gutom na siya. Baka yun ang gusto niya.
Ay, teka lang. Kalma ka lang, ikaw naman.
My gout is under attack.
Wala tayong aatakihin, pero meron tayong kakausapin.
And let's begin with the story that everyone cares about or should care about whether they like it or not. Luzon households may experience another set of rotational brownouts today. Listen up.
The National Grid Corporation has raised red alert over the Luzon grid from 3 this afternoon up to 10 p.m. A yellow alert is also in effect from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and from 10 to 11 in the evening. A red alert status is issued when power supply is insufficient to meet consumer demand. A yellow alert, on the other hand, is declared when the operating margin falls short of the transmission grid's contingency requirements. As for Meralco, it has announced areas that may be affected by the NGCP's alerts within its franchise areas between 3:01 p.m. and 10 in the evening today. Take a look at your screens right now. You can check out the red and yellow alert announcement again on Meralco's site. That's company.meralco.com.ph under news and advisories.
Meanwhile, what can we expect in the next few days, mga kapatid, to help us understand why power outages are happening, being experienced in parts of Luzon and the Visayas? Let's bring in Energy Undersecretary Mario Marasigan. Welcome to Afternoon Delight. Yusek, si Lourdes po at si Denise.
Yan ang hapon po.
Okay, good afternoon po sa ating lahat, including mga taga-subaybay po.
Sir, I distinctly remember the NGCP representative nung kainitan po nung krisis sa langis, assured everyone na wala tayong problema sa supply ng kuryente. Ano ho nangyari, sir?
Thank you very much po for the question. Actually, there is an assurance that we have sufficient capacity in our grid system, particularly in Luzon. There was an unfortunate situation that has happened last May 13, wherein two of the major transmission facilities of NGCP suddenly tripped early in the morning. These are the Ilihan Tayabas 500 kV line and the Ilihan Dasmariñas 500 kV line that isolated the NatGas facilities in Batangas City. So nawalan po ng kakayanan na magbato ng kuryente ang ating pong NatGas power plants na nasa Batangas City papunta ng Metro Manila at Luzon Grid.
I see.
Okay, sir, sorry. So, ilan nga po ulit in total yung power plants na kumbaga offline ngayon? At ano naman po yung target na maibalik po into operation yan?
Actually po, yung situation natin ngayon, marami po tayong planta na naka-force outage na sa iba't iba pong kadahilanan. Some, particularly our hydropower facilities, have reduced capacity primarily because of the insufficient water resources that we have. Papasok na po ang taginit kung kaya't kukunti ang ating tubig. Samantala naman po, yung pang ibang mga power facilities natin have different internal reasons why they cannot generate in full or either in full force outages. But the situation that had happened the other day aggravated the situation because almost 3,300 megawatts was added to the unavailable capacities for Luzon Grid. And that made po na yung ating reserve capacity is naubos. Kaya nagkaroon po tayo ng issuance ng red and yellow alert. And kakabit po ng ating red alert, there may be times or opportunities that the capacity that we have, both the energy and the ancillary services, will not be able to supply the existing demand. Therefore, saka po tayo magkakaroon ng rotational brownout.
Yusek?
However,
yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
However, we have advised po yung ating mga distribution utilities, including Meralco, that they should implement yung tinatawag po natin na interruptible load program, wherein expensive or heavy electricity consumers are allowed to reduce their capacities or their demand or probably use their internal generating facilities temporarily.
Okay, sir, baka marami pong malilito. Baka iniisip po ng iba, baka may kinalaman ito sa supply ng langis kasi baka hindi sila aware doon sa e-hydropower. Pero sir, baka may mga nagtataka lang po for those old enough na inabot po yung mga quote-unquote the dark ages nung mga early 90s. Sir, na sunod-sunod po yung mga blackouts. Ganito mga panahon din, kulang po yung tubig, mga double whammy po talaga. Yung pag-trip po nitong mga may kinalaman din ho ba sa maintenance ito? Kasi yung ugat daw nung nangyari ng mga 90s ay yung mga planta naghihingalo na yung marami sa kanila. Sir, ano pong sagot natin dito, sir?
Ay, marami pong salamat doon sa questions and clarification ninyo.
Apa.
Yung pong incident natin, inuulit ko, nag-ugat po yan dahil na-trip po yung dalawang major transmission facilities natin.
Apa.
So napilitan pong mag-shutdown yung ating natural gas facility. Sa hindi po inaasahang pagkakataon, meron pa pong isang malaking planta na nagkaroon din po ng internal problem, kaya nag-force outage din po yon.
Mhm.
So wala po tayong kinalaman sa fuel supply.
Opo.
In fact po, ang Department of Energy made it po na magkaroon ng assurance tayo na kung ano man yung pangangailangan natin sa fuel supply, ginagarantihan po natin na we have undertaken necessary measures. We negotiated for additional supply para dun po sa ating mga oil company. So wala pong relation sa fuel supply yung ating pong insidente na nararanasan sa ngayon.
Okay. Sir, pag nag-trip, sir, sorry po, pag sinabi nagtitrip, ano po usually ang cost doon at ibig sabihin, gaano rin po katagal ito maaayos, sir?
Marami pong kadahilanan kung bakit po nagtitrip ang linya ng kuryente, pati po ang mga power plant.
Opo.
Hindi pa po kami makakapagbigay ng eksakto o detalyadong information sa ngayon dahil hinihintay pa po namin ang hinihingi naming report galing po sa NGCP at sa mga concerns generating companies. Hindi pa po sila nakakapagbigay sa amin ng requirement o yung nire-require namin na detalyadong mga report.
Sir, Yusek, may information rin po ba kung ano ba talaga yung mas vulnerable areas and bakit po sinasabi na sa Mindanao po stable po yung supply as compared to Luzon and Mindanao? May iba pa po bang rason puwera dun sa mga na-trip na planta po?
Sa ngayon po, wala tayong nakikita na mayroong pagkukulang sa supply, particularly po dito sa Luzon. Tayo po ay may ipinapatupad na tinatawag nating Grid Operating and Maintenance Program wherein all generating facilities and transmission facilities have to be maintained in accordance with a specific and predetermined period. That ensures po that there are available capacities para sa sistema natin at any given time. But the incident that had happened for the last 2 days po, yan po ay sitwasyon na hindi natin inaasahan. Hindi po, isa pong incident yun na hindi pa po natin alam kung anong kadahilanan. Kung ikukumpara naman po natin ang sitwasyon ng supply sa Visayas at Mindanao, tama po kayo na mas malaki ang supply sa Mindanao kaysa sa pangangailangan nito. Kung saan po, parts of each generation are being exported to Visayas. Because the Visayas region, medyo po maliit ang kakayanan talaga na mag-supply ng full capacities sa requirement po ng lahat ng isla natin sa Visayas. In fact, part of the demand in the Visayas region is being supplied both by Luzon and Mindanao grid.
Alright. Sir, babalik po ako dun sa tanong ko kanina. Pero yung mga planta ho ba natin, kung sila ba ay, kumbaga, aabot na sa age na medyo, sabihin natin na kailangan na ng, hindi po, in general lang po itong tanong ko, sir, na wala po kinalaman sa nag-trip po. Pero matatanda na ho ba sila relatively or okay pa sila at mga ilang taon pa hanggang sabihin natin kailangan na po silang palitan, sir?
Ay, salamat po sa inyong katanungan. Naintindihan ko po kung ano yung ibig niyong sabihin. Baka po meron na tayong mga planta na hindi na that reliable and efficient kung kaya't dapat nang palitan o magpabago na ng teknolohiya.
Opo.
Meron po tayong ini-issue na Department Circular kung saan po ang obligasyon ng ating mga generating facility ay siyang nagtatakda kung kailan kailangan ng palitan ng mga planta o i-maintain ng naaayon po sa kinakailangan ng ating mga planta para makatakbo. Ito po ang nagsusukat ng performance capability ng ating po mga power generation companies at obligasyon po ng mga power generation companies to ensure the stable generation and capacity of their power facilities. At ito po ay may mga karampatang penalty kung hindi nila masusunod.
Yun. Speaking of penalty, sir, pag ganito ho ba sa NGCP, meron ho din ba sila, sir?
Kung magkakaroon po tayo ng sapat na ebidensya base po sa magiging investigation natin, pwede po natin i-endorso ang kakulangan sa responsibilidad po ng NGCP sa ating Energy Regulatory Commission upang tingnan po, i-review at kung meron pong karampatang penalties o parusa dahil po sa pangyayaring nangyari sa ngayon. In fact, ina-activate po ng Department of Energy yung pong task force natin on making our grid system stable. Meron po kasi tayong Department Circular noong 2010 pa na i-issue kung saan meron po tayong task force na pwedeng buuin. Ito po ay composed ng Department of Energy, Energy Regulatory Commission, the Western Operator, kasama rin po ang Transco at saka ang PIPAN para po bumuo ang team at magkaroon ng investigasyon sa mga sitwasyon kagaya po na nangyari sa ngayon.
Sir, mabilis lang pong question, no? Ano ang timbang ngayon ang ratio natin ng hydrothermal versus coal ng mga planta?
Ay, dominante pa rin po ang coal natin
Coal pa rin,
sa lahat ng ating mga generation companies. Hinahabol po natin na marating natin yung ating renewable energy na makaabot ng 35% by 2030. Kasama na po dito ang mga hydro.
Pasingit lang ako isa USEC class na may paalala po ba sa mga consumers, pati na rin po sa mga business owners ngayong yellow and red alert? Mga simpleng bagay na pwede lang pong gawin.
Opo, sana po kami ay humihingi ng kooperasyon ng ating mga konsumidor, yung ating po mga electricity consumers. Wastong paggamit po at pagtitipid sa kuryente ang dapat pairalin natin sa ngayon. Hindi naman po mahirap yun. Lahat po ng hindi mga essential na mga appliances o mga gamit, kung pwede po, huwag muna natin i-on at bunutin natin ang pagkakasaksak nito sa ating mga socket. Sa ganun po, malaki po ang katitiran na magiging may sakatuparan natin.
Alright. Sir, maraming salamat po sa inyong paliwanag, sa inyong oras. Thank you, sir. Ang DOE Undersecretary Mario Marasigan. Thank you, sir.
Maraming salamat din po at mabuhay po kayo.
Alright, so yun. Tipid-tipid muna at magda-time out muna tayo. Magtitipid rin tayo ng ating enerhiya. Marami pa kaming kwento sa inyo at magbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight.
This is AP News Minute. President Donald Trump said it's an honor to be Chinese President Xi Jinping's friend at their summit in Beijing. Xi began the meeting cautioning about potential conflict between the U.S. and China. Explosions were heard across Kiev, Ukraine early Thursday. Hours earlier, Russia launched a massive daytime drone and missile attack. Local authorities say at least one person was killed and dozens injured. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says he quietly visited the United Arab Emirates during the Iran war. It says he met with that country's president. The UAE says it's not true. A woman who wrote a children's book on grief after her husband's death was sentenced to life in prison for his murder. Corey Richins was convicted of poisoning her husband with fentanyl in 2022.
Alright. Ito pa rin po ang Afternoon Delight on One News. Ako po si Lourdes Vera.
At ako naman po si Denise Tan. Magandang hapon pong muli.
Alright. After the chaos at the Senate on May 13, allegations that the gunfire was staged to cover Senator De La Rosa's exit. It's now sparking, of course, a political storm. And here's the report.
Was Wednesday's Senate gunfire incident a deliberate distraction to facilitate the so-called escape of Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa? Former Senator Antonio Trillanes believes so.
I believe it was staged. Sinigurado nila na makakapture ng media yung mga pangyayari na yan. So ginawa nila yan to sow chaos para makakuha sila ng simpatya sa publiko at lumakas yung posisyon nila sa Korte Suprema.
Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano has confirmed that De La Rosa is no longer at the Senate building, saying the senator left the premises for everyone's safety. Meanwhile, Akbayan Party List National President Rafael David criticized Cayetano's leadership for allowing such an incident to unfold.
Para sa amin, the blame falls squarely on the Senate leadership o under Alan Peter Cayetano. Imagine, 3 araw pa lang po siya. Hindi lang po naging shootout yung Senado and naging katatawanan nga nung nagkaroon pa ng habulan nung Monday. Para sa amin, klaro po that the Senate leadership is complicit sa obstruction of justice. At hindi lang po obstruction of justice, aiding and abetting na po yan. Tinulungan na po niya yung tumatakbo sa panawagan ng katarungan.
For its part, the NBI said its investigation will also cover whether the shooting incident and Senator De La Rosa's departure from the Senate building are connected. NBI Director Melvin Matibag added that they are coordinating closely with the Philippine National Police to determine the full circumstances surrounding the incident.
Kung merong pagtingin yung ibang mga kababayan natin na mukhang stage ang commotion na ginawa para palabasin si Senator Bato, meron po ba kayong ganong naulinigan?
Well, I will be very honest, Yusek Claire, no? That's the sentiment of our NBI agents kasi nandoon kami. So isa na po sa aming tinitingnan yon. Kaya naman po, doon sa ibang mga katanungan, tungkol doon, ang sinasabi ko lang, we will always defer to the judgment of the Department of Justice dahil sila po yung primerong ahensya na namumuno po rito.
Cayetano has insisted that the shooting incident was an actual attack and not a diversionary tactic.
Kung tututukan kita ng baril, papasukin ko bahay mo na may baril ako.
May mga... All right, the new Senate President is taking offense at the insinuation that the incident on Wednesday was staged. In a briefing Thursday, he showed how he really felt about the whole thing.
Kung tututukan kita ng baril, papasukin ko bahay mo na may baril ako. Nag-warning shot ka, pinutukan kita pabalik. Is it not an attack? Sorry but I don't think there's any question. The Senate is under attack. Was under attack. Napakagaling ko naman mag-orchestrate ng lahat na yan. Kaya kong papuntahin dito mga armadong grupo.
And Cayetano also claimed that a coup plot against him is in the works just days into his return as Senate President. Cayetano was installed Monday, May 11, same day Senator De La Rosa suddenly turned up at the Senate after months-long absence.
Expected naman yun. May invitations to talk, may pananakot, but dati na silang takot eh. You're always solid until you're not.
The family of the late Senator Juan Ponce Enrile is speaking out after Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano publicly claimed he was close to the former statesman. Katrina, daughter of JPE, acknowledged that the Cayetano and Enrile clans have known each other for decades. But she stressed that genuine relationships are not measured by public words after death, but by presence, sincerity, and quiet acts of respect during a family's profound loss. She also said the family could not help but notice who chose to attend the late senator's necrological services in the Senate and at Camp Aguinaldo and who did not. Katrina further said their patriarch's legacy should never be revisited only when politically convenient or publicly advantageous. And here are the other stories we're watching this Friday, May 15. The Philippine peso slid to a fresh record low against the US dollar on Thursday, closing at 61 pesos and 64 centavos. This breaks the previous all-time low of 61 pesos and 56 centavos recorded on April 29. During trading, the local currency opened at 61 pesos and 35 centavos and briefly strengthened to 61 pesos and 33 centavos. The Philippine peso slid to a fresh record low against the US dollar on Thursday, closing in at 61 pesos and 64 centavos. During trading the local currency, that was our previous story. Okay. The motorist may face another round of fuel price hikes next week. An industry source told Inquirer that diesel prices could go up by 2 pesos and 50 centavos per liter, while gasoline may rise by 1 peso and 25 centavos. The projected adjustments were based on the first 4 days of mean of Platts Singapore trading and foreign exchange. Exchange movements this week. Final prices will be announced on Monday, May 18.
All right, this is still Afternoon Delight on One News. We just need to pause for another break and we'll be right back. Kayo pa rin po'y nanonood ng Afternoon Delight. Thank you for staying with us.
And our delight of the day, ang all-time favorite ng show na to, we have lechon kawali. Lechon silog. Lechon kawali silog. Mahal kita. Forever.
Huwag ka magtatampo, ha?
Huwag ka magtatampo.
Ngayon lang to.
Oo. Himasin mo konti.
Kakainin kita mamaya.
Amoy lang pala. Ayan. Okay. Usapang pagkain pa rin po tayo. Gordon Ramsay's Idiot Sandwich pop-up makes its debut in Bonifacio Global City. Mobile journalist Daniel Daya with the story.
Manila just got served as Gordon Ramsay's bold and indulgent sandwiches just landed here in BGC.
From a viral internet moment to a real-life comfort food experience, the first ever Idiot Sandwich pop-up gives Filipinos a first taste of Gordon's latest culinary concept, blending a more playful and laid-back side of the world-renowned chef's brand. And celebrity guests were quick to join the hype.
Very excited. They're making my sandwich now. Matitikman ko na din. We're very happy because this will be the first Idiot Sandwich in the whole world. Hope they could come and check this out.
Ever since I was a kid, I was watching Gordon Ramsay with my dad. He was a big fan. So I'm just super excited to be here and to experience the Idiot Sandwich today.
The menu serves a mix of both flavor and comfort food favorites. From the Turkey Breakfast Club, Pastrami Sandwich Classic, ham and cheese toasty, to the chocolate peanut butter whoopie ice cream for dessert. Even content creators can't help but gush over the selection.
I saw a couple of options. We have sandwiches that are in between croissant, ice cream sandwiches for dessert. And I'm also looking forward to actually that one. The fish no chips burger or sandwich.
That'll be the pastrami sandwich. I'm so excited about it because everything that I like actually from a sandwich, I'm not yet done on the selection. So I'll tell you later.
With the Philippines as one of the chef's biggest following bases, directors highlight that Manila felt like the perfect place to bring the concept to life.
The Filipinos love eating, and secondly, they love eating good food.
And we have lovely 5 sandwiches with 1 dessert on the menu. The best is the fish with no chips. It stays the classic, and it's always really one very good fish that we use. We use the local fish, lapu-lapu.
The pop-up will operate daily starting May 15 to August 16, making it a limited-time culinary experience that Filipino foodies shouldn't miss.
But for now, we have it here for 3 months. It's a pop-up. And let's see where the road takes us in BGC. Yeah, you definitely have to come and try it. It's really the best sandwiches that I ever had. I'm not being biased, but it's really super good.
Kapatid Mobile Journal Daniel Dayaw, we are One News.
Hindi ka maging idiot pagkain mo niyan.
Matutuwa ka lang, masasarapan ka lang. Okay.
A sandwich is a thing of beauty. Para sa akin, a well-made sandwich. Hindi ma-sandwich ang Pinoy, di ba?
Actually,
Parang pag walang kanin yan, hindi yan meal. Pero marami nang nagbabago rin ang pananaw dyan. Alright, at eto na ang segment na walang kasamang kanin, pero dito nyo lang makikita. I saw the signs. Today's edition, Denise Tan.
Delightful times. Ano kaya ibig sabihin na to?
Delightful times. Anong ibig sabihin yan?
Bakit?
Bakit?
All right, it is time to chill as we serve you pop culture, entertainment, sports, and everything in between. I'm Denise Tan.
And I'm Lourdes de Vera. It's time for some afternoon delight.
Hinihigop ako.
All right, it is time to chill as we serve
ng
you.
upuan.
Oo nga, yan. Baba naman ang upuan natin. No? That's our first.
Parang masyado kasi neryoso yung delight. Chill lang.
Pero gusto mo yung meron pang lumalabas na file name dito.
File. Ganun, style yun. Para makita nyo talaga na working file.
That was our very first episode.
Very first ba yun?
January 15 daw, 2024?
2024.
Tama ba? Para nalito na din ako.
Sinisungitan mo pa ako.
Hoy, grabe ka, no?
Ngayon, hindi na lang masyado. Diba? Okay,
Kasama
next.
nakalakak.
Ano pa yung
Okay.
ating
Meron pa ba?
delightful moments? Meron pa yan.
Okay, go.
Compilation yan eh. Kaya yan. Hindi yan nakakakulit. Kaya huwag kang makulit.
Yung kakula.
Too much information. Kulang pa po yan.
Nakakahiya naman, puro halak ako.
Nako, kulang pa po yan, Tita Jane and Tito Redel. Kulang pa po yan.
Bakit
Parang 1% lang yan ng total halakhak volume ni Denisan. Up next!
Oo.
Yan ang kunin nyo dapat, PCSO. Yung
Alam mo na yung kanya-kanyang gawa ng
ng post about
naging
this.
meme kasi yan eh.
Correct.
Diba? So parang insert a winner here. Parang kumbaga.
Sana totoo na lang din, ano? Ayan, tingin yung kay Lord.
Sa akin. Sa akin, may emosyon pa, di ba?
Ay, nakakangin pala ako.
Nakanganga ka ba doon?
Parang pares tayo. Patingin niya ako direct.
Ay, sa kanya nga.
Ay, oo,
di ba? Pero may class yung sa'yo.
Ay.
Parang, oh my God, may konti
Shocking.
akong barya. Oo.
Shocking.
Yung sa akin,
Ano?
tablado na kayo, mga dukha. Alright.
Okay.
Up next.
Ay, last na pala yun. Last na.
May nakita pa ako kanina, parang may Von Belenario pa eh.
Ay, nasa main... Oo nga, ba't nakita ko si Von?
Diba? Kakanta pa yata. Yan.
Hi Denise, first and foremost, congratulations para dito sa bago niyong show. Talaga namang New Year, New Show for all of us dito sa One News. And congratulations Denise and Lourdes. Talaga namang bonggang-bongga.
Bagay ba kami, Von?
Para ito sa atin. Maraming programa, diba? Kasama
Von.
na yung program ninyo rito. So
bago
it's
ang
nice
lahat.
and it's honored to be here.
Thank you, Von. Okay, bagay ba kami ni Denise mag-show, magkasama? Say yes.
Yes.
Bolahin mo kami, Von.
Diba?
Ba't parang ang tagal nung yes
Ang tagal
ni Von?
nga. Parang nag-isip pa si Von. Kakainis.
Alam ko, Denise Tan eh.
Ano? Hindi, siguro madami nagtataka, no? Bakit nga ba may mga pa-rewind kami dito ngayon sa Afternoon Delight? May mga ganyan kaming moments. Kasi po, starting Monday, move forward naman po tayo. We do have 2 new shows on One News starting Monday nga po, May 18. So unang-una, it will be top of the hour updates on One News now at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. at 3 p.m. As you know, 4 p.m. po mag-uumpisa yung StoryCon. So before that, meron na po magbibigay sa inyo ng mga updates. Pagpatak naman ng 5:30 p.m., right after StoryCon, ang news feed.
Wow, news feed. Anong aabangan natin sa news feed?
Well, as you know,
Baka naman parang sa Facebook na news feed yan.
Hindi. Pero kasi diba, news now is consumed, it has to be fast, yung iba digital na nga nag-consume, and then dadaanan natin lahat, the headlines for the day. Parang pag nagsascroll ka lang, di ba laging yung latest news ang nakikita mo?
Walang
online.
ads yan.
Walang ads.
Tuloy-tuloy yan.
Oo.
Kasi ngayon, feed ka lang. Ngayon may news feed na.
Pwede rin. Okay.
Joke lang po yun. Oo. Okay. Kung hawak nila ang beat, pagdating naman ng 7 p.m., hawak natin ang political beat na gaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, wala nang mas matindi pang kung ano-anong action serye, teleserye, drama serye kaysa sa politika sa Pilipinas. So this covers all the developments in Philippine politics. Siguro magko-contextualize din tayo at magkakaroon tayo ng specific na concentration doon sa branches of government and as well as two branches of legislature. Dahil ika nga ni Hunter Thompson, politics is better than sex, sabi niya.
Ganon?
Alright, hawak natin ang beat.
Ganda ng picture mo dyan,
Ganun ba? Tagal
Ang ganda
yan.
ng lalaki mo dyan,
Grabe ka naman. Saksakin mo na lang kaya ako. Alam ko, hindi ako kamukha ni Aga Mulak. Ano?
Ay, walang sinabi. Ano ka ba naman?
Okay, so political beat, abangan niyo po yan. That's every night, 7 p.m. 7 to 8.
7 to 8 p.m.
Ang newsfeed again ay?
Newsfeed naman po ay from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays din naman.
Alright, so hindi naman ibig sabihin nito magkakahiwalay na tayo. Mag-iiba lang ng oras, pero magkahiwalay kami. Parang pag magde-divorce yung mga parents, pag ginapaliwanag sa anak.
It's not you, it's us.
Yes, oo.
Pero
parang
tutok
ganun
pa rin
din.
naman po. Oo.
Ganun pa rin, mapapanood nyo. Kung gusto nyo makita si Denise Tan, yun nga lang, walang ganito.
Walang pagkain.
Walang kawali.
Oo.
Walang
Tsaka wala mo ng halakak siguro.
Walang am-am.
Ay, hindi, may mga interviews pa rin naman ako. I think I'll be able to still talk to our mojos.
Yes.
And of course,
Ako din.
personalities that we need to update us with what's happening here and abroad.
Yes, kung ano gagawin. Baka may gawin kami Denise Tan na hindi kita ng camera, pero kita ng ibang camera. Prayer meeting sa Labawa, para mga ganyan.
Ngayon.
Or food vlogs.
Ano?
Food vlogs. Okay. So, on that note, binabati po natin at nagpapasalamat tayo sa 10 nanonood, very loyal na nagko-comment po sa ating programa. Hindi namin kayo makakalimutan. Elmo Cardenas,
Marion Laja.
Tito Mike Policarpio, Marion Laja.
Tito
Alam mo si
Redel.
Mario Sumubok, dumalaw dito, may dalang pansit. Hindi siya pinapasok ng guard.
Sayang. Tito Redel, Tita Jane Katapia. Huling bati tayo today.
Eleanor Barami. Hello. Kahapon, nakatutok si Eleanor. Ron and Ella Francisco, thank you sa inyo.
Salamat po. Alex Fuentes, ito everyday din talaga nanonood.
Alex Fuentes. Si Jinx.
Ayun, Jinx89, I was about to say. Si Jan EK, 92. Rudel Alcantara.
Professor Mark Pasco, thank you, sir.
Sino pa? Si Emiel Frank. Okay, Roman Moran. Nanonood din sa atin. RBX Official TV, thank you for watching. Gilbert Voy.
Yung taga Navotas at Nanovaliches pala.
Si Rudel yun.
Si Rodel Alcantara pala.
oo.
Lagi nagtatanong ng weather.
Maalala.
Oo.
Okay, si Jojo, hello. Good afternoon from Manchester, UK. Si Gabriel Fix. Ano ba yung iba kasing mga username, hindi pwedeng sabihin. Ano ba yan? Rene de Cruz. Gusto ko bumati. Hindi
pasimplihin lang
pwede
po natin
sabihin
ang mga
yung mga username. Event Horizon, hello po. Nako, may mga comments sa mga nangyayari sa Senado. Andy writes, GV na lang tayo dahil ito yung ating last episode.
At salamat sa staff at sa production po, no? At sa mga boss po natin, thank you for giving us this opportunity. Na-realize natin na ang hapon pala, may kakaibang witchcraft na ginagawa at gaya na nabanggit ko kanina, marami tayong mga makasaysayang pangyayari na kinover natin. sa afternoon.
Oo. But thank you very much again for your time and for always making sure that you guys are updated and keeping us company dito po sa Afternoon Delight. Merong nag-comment dito, sabi, ano ba yan, kayo yung pinapanood ko pag alas 2 saka alas 3. Don't worry, One News Now will still be happening. Araw-araw po yan, Monday to Friday. Tapos, again, you can still watch Lourdes and myself. Different programs lang naman po.
Alright.
We'll still see each other.
Pwede yung balikan yung halakhak ni Denise Tan. Naka-upload naman ang lahat ng episodes ng Afternoon Delight. But thank you, Denise Tan. It's
Thank
been
you.
the pleasure and the privilege na makatrabaho ka.
Thank you so much. Dito.
Kasi alam ko hindi yung magiging sports.
Hindi na
malabo
kasama
yun,
sa
ano?
sports coverage.
Mukhang malabo yata mangyari yun.
Malay mo.
Pero kita mo, hindi nila nahanap yung kidlat
Oo.
at walang tumili sa atin doon.
Oo nga eh. Hindi nila
Anong ibig
nahanap.
sabihin nun?
Oo. Send nyo na lang sa amin yung link. I'm sure makikita nyo yan. But again, okay, a big thank you to all of you. That will have to do it for us this season of Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Denise Tan. Have a great weekend, everyone. Salamat po.
It pains me for the last time to say this. Ako naman po si Lourdes de Vera, kapatid. We are One News, all sides, all the time. And may your afternoons be forever delightful. At makakasiesta na tayo.